Hello, guys. Yes, you are welcome to this live session. There's this comment that was made by somebody who watched my video. So he was just saying that if Tinubu should run in 2027, which certificate is he going to present? Because we know that even from his primary school, we don't really have a clear information, regarding that. Nobody knows where he schooled, his primary school, his secondary school, and even the university he attended in Chicago. We've been told that the certificate he gave to INEC did not come from INEC. Anyway, that's the question somebody asked, and let me know what you think about that. What's your response? Do you think he's qualified enough to run again come 2027? So this is Wike speaking that he is not going to run against the president. And Nigerians are wondering, does it mean these people are already planning against, they are already planning ahead of 2027? I keep saying it all the time that these people, they are planning ahead of 2027, even without them not being able to find their feet, since they assume office in addressing the issues we have on ground. They're already making plans ahead of 2027. But the office you've taken over, the position you've taken over as the president of Nigeria, you are not attending to the needs of the Nigerian people. Wike, the way he speaks, he's not somebody that can hide information. He came out during a media chat and he was telling the people there that he won't run against against Tinubu, that if he runs against Tinubu, it means he's not grateful after being made the minister of the FCT. There is no way he's going to contest against Tinubu. That is it. You can see the level of insensitivity of these people. How did it even come out of his mouth that 2027 is something he's eyeing? But if Tinubu is going to be on the ballot, there is no way he's going to contest against him. Does it mean that Wike is thinking that if he should run, Nigerians are going to vote for him? Or are they just relying on INEC and the judiciary to help them as usual? Look at this headline. Why I won't contest against Tinubu. He said that Tinubu gave him the position of the FCT, being the minister of the FCT. So there's no way he will want to fight back, as in coming out to contest against him for giving him such a privilege. Tinubu made me minister. Wike opened up on 2027 presidential race. This is what we are saying. These people lack ideas. They don't even know what to do, how to address the challenges of the Nigerian people. They've taken over the position of, governance in this country. They've taken over that and they don't know what and what to do. Look at how everywhere people are just, people are left without any information on how this government is trying to navigate the affairs of this country. They are already planning for 2027 without even trying to fulfill any promise. Anyway, they will say they didn't promise Nigerians anything because we didn't see them come out for debates. We didn't see them engage Nigerians. They didn't come out for town hall meetings. They didn't talk to Nigerians. When the president was privileged to be interviewed, he said he was not going to reveal his secret. If he should reveal it, they are going to steal it, his strategy. And we are yet to see that strategy, being put in place. But honestly, this is shocking for me, hearing this coming from Wike. So Wike is eyeing the presidency. Wike is eyeing to become the president of Nigeria. But should Tinubu be one of the contestants in 2027, he would dare not come out to contest or be a rivalry. That is just what he's saying. So many people have been reacting to this, saying, where is the character? Where is, I don't know. It doesn't mean Nigeria can just, anyway, we don't believe that elections in Nigeria are free and fair. That is it. And because they know that they can, it kind of maneuver their way through. That is why somebody like Wike is speaking with this level of confidence that he is not going to be uh, uh, contesting alongside with Tinubu. So if Tinubu decides that he's not going to run in 2027, then Wike is going to, gather enough momentum in coming out to contest against him. Don't forget that he's even neither here or there because he's no longer a strong member of the PDP. Neither has he registered as an APC member. And we all know that so many APC chieftains do not even want Wike, because they believe that once he comes in, he's going to hijack the party, and they themselves that have been there for long will not really have any say anymore. So he's just like standing in between. He will tell you he's a PDP member, but he's helping Tinubu in building his administration. So these people are just playing with the Nigerian people. If I'm asked to say, they are just playing with our integrity, with our senses, with our brain. They believe that they can just manipulate Nigerians, anytime, any day, and get to that position. Because for me, I feel that Wike has not gotten to that level that he should be talking about coming out to vie for this position. He does not really have that character that Nigerians are looking out for in their leaders. Don't forget that we have majority in our populations are youth, as in the population of Nigeria is mostly the youth population. So the question remains, is it these youths that are going to vote for Wike? How is it that this man is dreaming of becoming the president of Nigeria, despite all the controversies around him? Even during the last election, he's saying that, oh, I'm not going to run if Tinubu is interested, or if Tinubu is part of the contestants, that he's going to allow him run for having made him the minister of the FCT. So guys, you can see that this politics, this political class, they've so planned themselves so that they will not allow Nigerians to break even, as in to take over the leadership of this country. The only thing he's trying to do now is, okay, if Tinubu is going to be on the ballot, he's going to help him. He has been positioned in the FCT, so his own strategy is going to be to ensure that he emerges the winner. And we know what happened in Rivers State. If that should be replicated in a city like Abuja, in the FCT, you know what that means. As in, the election in Rivers State has still not stopped making wave, around the entire country. The role of this very week during the election, and that is what this government is trying to do, positioning him. So even the PDP has equally like reacted that he's weakening their party because he's interested to run in 2027. And I keep asking, how did he come up with this dream of becoming the president of Nigeria? Wike weakening PDP to run for 2027 presidency. That is from a party chieftain, a PDP chieftain. He's saying that his plan is to weaken their party so that the APC will be strong, and possibly he might want to move to the APC and then becomes one of the contestants. But what do you think, Nigerians? Because sometimes we just sit down quietly and allow these people to use us the way they want. But I'm telling you that we don't have to. I don't think they are going to be getting it light this time, because the way things are going in this country, you will know that these people, they don't even mean well for the Nigerian people. So I decided to highlight this headline just to know what you people's reaction is going to look like. So let's take some other headlines on the social media. This is the two leaders of the country, the president and the vice president. Look at the headline there. President Tinubu Shetima to spend 10 billion on trips in 2024. This is 2024. We are not even talking of this year's on what they've spent so far. And they're equally going to be using 200 millions to feed Aso Rock animals. Anyway, Nigerians have not been told they have animals, in Aso Rock. This is the first time I'm hearing that. We only know that animals swallow money in Nigeria, but we didn't know that they breed animals there in Aso Rock. And you can see the amount of money they'll be using, 200 millions. Human beings are hungry, but animals are going to be using 200 million just within the space of 1 year, 2024, while the president and the vice president will be using 10 billion just on trips. Don't forget that after 100 days in office, these two people were named the most traveled president stroke vice president Nigeria has ever had. because immediately they assumed office, they were just moving from here to there, there to here. And at the end of the day, after spending 100 days in office, they were said to be the most traveled president and vice president. Anyway, that was just the beginning. They are yet to do more travels in 2024. And you can see the amount of money that is being budgeted for that, 10 billions Nigerians. Do you know how many businesses this money can revive? The president of Namibia has come out to say he's canceling every foreign trip, except if it is very, very important. Even this man did not even participate in the just the recent concluded climate conference, because he told his people that no, this is no more time for jamboree, no more traveling. Even if it's on health grounds, you have to get medical attention here in the country. They don't want to be sending their money out to go and develop other countries. Let our money be spent here in the country so that we can rescue our nation. Is that not what every right thinking of government official should be talking about? Reducing the level at which Nigerians travel abroad on any ground, especially our officials. They don't think in that direction. They just feel that, okay, the money is there, let's just use it. Look at how much they'll be spending just on trips, and they will later go and start borrowing money and asking other countries for loan, positioning Nigeria as a very poor country, a country that cannot attend to its needs. That's how they position us. They tell them that we are poor, we don't have money, we don't have infrastructure, we don't have good health care, good hospitals, we don't have schools, and then they will go and ask for this money. When this money is given to them, they come home and just use it just for things that do not make meaning. In case you don't know, that Shetima replied to Peter Obi, saying why Peter Obi is lamenting about the house Wike wants to build for him. Don't forget that house was the project. It's an old project. It's not even as if it's a new project, but Wike wants to add 15 billion to that project. So Peter Obi reacted to that. There's no patriotic Nigerian that will not say that is really a wrong investment. At such a time like this, when Nigerians are asked to tighten up their belt, they want to use 15 billion just to work on the vice president's residence. This is just in Abuja. We are not even talking about the one in Lagos. That one has been budgeted. It's involved in the budget that they just submitted to the National Assembly and all that. This money is just being spent as if it is not difficult to earn. Don't forget that these politicians, some of them have never embarked on businesses, as in they don't know what it takes to earn, even if it's just 1,000 naira. They've been in government. Is either they are a senator, or they've been a governor, or they've been in the House of Assembly, or they've been there, just enjoying taxpayers' money. So when it comes to spending this money, they don't really understand what it takes to make money. So spending it becomes so easy. And when Peter Obi complained that this money that they want to use just to work on the vice president's residence could be used to pay our professors. Some of our professors are going hungry. Peter Obi lamented on why that money shouldn't be channeled, wrongly. And then Shetima came after Peter Obi and said Peter Obi is suffering from post-election, will I call it trauma or what? Because they think they won. They didn't win the election. Nigerians know they didn't win the election. Like Peter Obi will say, if you've won, you will win the people. But if INEC declares you and the people reject you, you have not won. You are just there on the mandate of INEC. And the judiciary helped you to uphold your position. You still haven't won. How many Nigerian hearts have you people won? They've not won the minds of Nigerians. They know that. So he's coming now to criticize Peter Obi, that Peter Obi is suffering from post-election, whatever. They don't even know that Peter Obi won this election. For him to have even come from nowhere, no background, as in from the Labour Party, that a party that is not known in Nigeria, and to have made the level of wave that he made during the election, that is even a victory to be celebrated than them who Nigerians believe that INEC just woke up, one early morning while men were still sleeping, to come and declare them winners. And then going to the Supreme Court has upheld their position. Don't forget that even up to today, the Supreme Court has not been able to boldly issue the certified true copy of that judgment that they gave. What are they afraid of? They should release it. The Labour Party is lamenting that they've not given them copies of the judgment that the Supreme Court heard. What are they afraid of? Why are they not releasing it? You feel Peter Obi didn't win. Peter Obi won. We know that he won. He made real impact in this election, which even the politicians themselves, they've come out to testify. So for Shetima to be going after Peter Obi because he criticized Wike's plan to use 15 billion naira just to, to complement a budget that was already on ground, to finish building his residence for him, he's attacking Peter Obi. It means that these people, they don't even feel, they don't understand what Nigerians are going through. If we were to be living in a sane society, somebody would say, oh, suspend that house and ensure Nigerians eat. Suspend this project. Look at how much the president will be using to travel. In 2024, the president will be using 10 billion naira just for trips. Can they just, for God's sake, use this money to address some of the issues ASU is lamenting about? ASU has really been lamenting. Now look at Gbajabiamila. 2024 budget makes lavish provision for 10 billion. This is just for Femi Gbajabiamila's residence. And then 290 million for new cars. Nigerians, it appears we don't even know what to use our money for. And the most worrisome aspect is that they will just go and borrow this money. It's not as if this money is being generated in Nigeria. They will go and borrowing, but see how they are going to use it. They say they don't have money to fund the budget. But look at what makes up this budget we are talking about. Look at the components of the budget that Nigeria wants to go and borrow money to come and fund. They just apportion it to themselves, not even to the Nigerian people. They said they were going to be borrowing students' loan. How much did they set aside for student loan? If only one person's residence is going to be receiving 10 billion naira just for his residence, possibly it's not as if they are building it from scratch, maybe to renovate it or to put it in place for him. And then only his cars, 290 million naira for new cars. It's not as if he doesn't have cars at the moment, but they'll be bringing in new ones for him. And that is going to cost the Nigerian people 290 million naira. Nigerians, that is where we are as a country. So look beneath again, it says Chief of Staff to Bola Tinubu, Femi Gbajabiamila is stated to receive a staggering 21 billion allocation for the upcoming year. So he alone is going to be receiving this money. This is just outside these other expenses that we've talked about. Nigerians, this money is huge. It's time we start holding, as in making these people to be accountable. We shouldn't just leave them to borrow this money that Nigerians will be the one to pay. Remember, even if they live on this planet Earth in the next 100 years, they are not going to be part of the people who pay this money because they have their everlasting pension. Some of them were governors. When you go to Senate, if you are living, you have your own pension coming in. As an ex-governor, you have those coming from, from that direction. Then now that Tinubu is now the president, if he still lives, there are also packages that will keep coming in. I think it's just like forever. So the tax paying of taxes is never in their project. It does not concern them. They will just keep dining and whining on the taxes being paid by the Nigerian people. So guys, this is where we are as a country. Who did all this to us? Who? Tell me who did all this to us. This country appears not to get better with this kind of people we have in politics. I mean, this country is not getting better anytime soon because they are just there for themselves. Look at the EFCC chairman saying that 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are, look at the language there, for students, not just Nigerian youths. He did not even just generalize it and say, oh, Nigerian youths, 7 out of 10 of them. He said students meaning that people who have taken their time to go to school, they are there studying. We know the condition of Nigerians institutions, the way things are going in our education system. Nigerians are passing through hell. For you to even go to secondary school, you know what that means, not to talk of university. But he's now like generalizing it and saying that 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are bad people. That is coming from the EFCC. And so many Nigerians have not found this funny. They are like saying, oh, if you call us with this name, if you use this name to address us, what do you call the politicians? What do you call the politicians? Those that will tell you to grab it, snatch it, run with it, and all that. What do you call them? Which name do you use in addressing those people? If you should boldly call Nigerians, address them with this kind of name. So, guys, a lot is happening in this country. And the worst part is that these people don't even show any level of patriotism. I think the EFCC chairman should be talking about training their officials on how to go about their normal businesses, because so many people have complained on how they harass people, they dash into people's houses, break in and all that. We saw it during the time of Rocha, so it's not as if it's one strange story. Everybody knows it. So I think this EFCC chairman should rather focus on how to rebrand this body, the EFCC. He should work on training his officials and then teaching them the real ethics on how they should go about their businesses in, addressing fraud and corruption in the country, instead of coming after the Nigerian students and naming them to be criminals. I think this should be rejected by every Nigerian. So many people have demanded that he come out to apologize, because on the Twitter, there are a lot of reactions. People have said, why is he not naming those he knows, who the real criminals? Why is he not calling them out? Why is he going after students when he knows that the politicians are the real people to be addressed with this kind of language? So that is it, my fellow Nigerians. We are just living in a country where, these people pay blind eyes to things they are supposed to focus their eyes on. Instead of them to do that, they won't do it. They will rather come after the Nigerian people. So let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts is, and what do you think about him calling the Nigerian students, saying that 7 out of 10, meaning that almost most of the Nigerian students are in this category that we've just mentioned, are criminals. That's what it means. If he can say that 7 out of 10, so it means that majority of Nigerian students are criminals. So you can imagine such a nation where the leadership will always want to say negative things about the citizens instead of them to encourage the citizens. Nigeria is known, everybody, even in the international space, they know that Nigerian youths are hardworking youths. We have an environment where people are suffering and at the same time they are smiling. Nigerians are doing well. You will see people who emerge with first class, they all schooled in Nigeria, even before going out of the country to go and study in other countries of the world. So how dare he generalize it by saying that Nigerians, 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are criminal? So these are some of the things we keep saying, that this government should know how to address the people. Anyway, they know that the Nigerian people are not in support of the kind of leadership we have on ground. And that is why they are like coming out with this kind of statement, because I don't think any reasonable Nigerian will be happy to see this, especially if you're a youth and you are in a high institution or in any level of learning, and you see this kind of statement saying that 7 out of 10 Nigerian students are criminals. How will you feel? How will you feel when you are putting in your best, at least for somebody to take JAM, take WAEC, and you enroll into a university? You are there, studying and putting in your best is because you want a good future. You want a brighter future. That's why you are doing this. And somebody just comes out from nowhere, tells you you are a criminal. How would you feel? I think this is really bad for the EFCC chairman to address Nigerians, with this kind of language. And so many people have condemned this. Left for me, I would say that he must apologize to the Nigerian youths. He must come out and apologize, because this is not the right statement for him to take. Anyway, some people have said, okay, if you say Nigerian youths or Nigerian students are criminals, they are learning from their boss, the politicians, who are like the role models models, the one, teaching Nigerians. When they tell you snatch it, grab it, run with it, they are already repositioning people's mind, people's way of thinking. People now believe that election or whatever you are doing, you should just be able to do it anyhow, and make sure you get whatever you want, even if it's through a fraudulent means. So, guys, let me know what you think about all this. Honestly, Nigeria is a drama scene. Every day is one story or the other. Wike is saying that he won't run against the president, Tinubu, because he gave him the opportunity to become the to become the FCT chairman, minister for the FCT. So he will not want to contest with him. So if he's going to be running in 2027, that is just going to allow him jeje to run for that position. Let me know what you are thinking about all this, because you see that he has been repaid for helping them win. Anyway, they didn't win, for helping them steal the people's mandate in Rivers State. So he's appreciating the position being given to him as the FCT minister. When you are giving something that is bigger than you'll be asking yourself, is it for someone else? That is just what you are seeing. He sees that position. Wow, how did it happen? I'm not even a member of the APC, and I'm given this kind of position. I cannot try to contest alongside with Tinubu. That's what he's saying. He won't run if Tinubu is interested in running in 2027. So like I said initially, somebody commented on one of my videos and said, with which certificate is he going to run? Since we don't even know where he's schooled, his primary school, his secondary school, and university. Anyway, we know that of university, but the certificate he issued wasn't from that university and all that. Do you think Tinubu should even make the mistake of coming out again that he wants to run for the position of the president come 2027? Let's see how INEC is going to help him again, and let's see what excuses the judiciary is going to give us should he ever think of running come 2027. So, guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Thank you very much for your presence. I look forward to seeing you later today in the evening. Dr. Tel will be here live. So we are going to be analyzing so many things, some of the latest incidents that have taken place in the country. And you are going to be hearing his thoughts on all of them, because there are a lot to discuss and so many things are going on in the country currently. And we urge you, Nigerians, please don't just sit in your comfort zone and you say it does not concern you. It concerns you if you are patriotic, if you really want to see Nigeria move forward. Peter Obi has said we should play the position of a strong opposition. That's what we have to be calling this government to order each time they err. We have to redirect their attention, because the people we have in government at the moment, they don't care about you. So if you leave them, they will just before you know it, there won't be any Nigeria. So we must stand up and resist the kind of rascality that we are seeing today. Look at how the Nigerian people's money is being wasted when people are groaning, school fees are being hiked. Students are reacting because of increment in school fees across the federation. Almost all the high institutions have increased their salaries, and Nigerians are crying, only for these people to keep telling us they are going to use billions to renovate the vice president's house, renovate the president's house, houses that might end up not even being used by them. They just want to be throwing the money, and Nigerians are suffering. They are the ones to pay the taxes. They are the ones to pay the school fees and all that. Honestly, we must hold this government accountable. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Thank you for your presence. Please don't forget to like this video so that YouTube can recommend it for more people to watch, and also subscribe to the channel so that you get all our updates. So, guys, with this, I want to say a very big thank you for your presence, and let's see again later in the night today. God bless you and have a blissful day.